Jadyam Jagadaruchisham Vidatam Tattam Varasya Shriya Vrindaram Ninivasanam Rijala Sabdama Viramodaram Radhaskanda Niveshito Chulabhujam Dhyayam Damodaram Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare. First of all, my unlimited Dandavat pranams to lotus feet of Shiva Gurudev, Nitya Prishna Vishnupad, Astotra Sata Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Shiksha Gurudeva Sam Vishnupad, Astotra Sata Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Madhusudan Goswami Maharaj, Shrimati Krishna Priya Thakurani. Also, Shri Satyavrata Muni, Shri Sanatana Goswami Pad, all Rupa Gaudiya Guru Varga, all Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, Pujapad Damodar Maharaj. So, Kartik Vrat is almost finished. Tomorrow will be last day. And Yagya, Vaishnava Homa. So, we are discussing Damodarashtaka still, 8th verse. But today is the disappearance day of 3 acharyas. Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj has just been glorified very nicely. So I have something personal because Srila Puri Maharaj was probably the first Mahabhagavata Vaishnava I saw. But at that time he wasn't speaking already. That was July 99. A friend from ISKCON took me there because he had some connections. He had entrance to Maharaj's room. So he was already very sick. And as they were saying, devotees were saying, oh, Gurudev is in Nama Samadhi. They were saying Nama Samadhi. So he was with intravenous and he was like half reclining, lying in comfortable pose, but he was very internal, very internal. So the darshan was very short, maybe 1 minute, literally, 1.5 minutes. So, but that left great impression, great impression. So, in relation to that, I wanted to tell it yesterday, but was no time. How Vaishnavas can be manifested anywhere at any time. Yesterday we visited Dhira Samir, and that story I want to tell now was somehow wasn't told. So Shri Gopal Guru Goswami was sitting there after his disappearance, his physical disappearance. So Dhyan Chandra Goswami, his disciple, was in Jagannath Puri, and he was very worried because government officials wanted to take Radhakanta Mat Gambhira. They wanted to take because there was no proper owner officially claimed, so they wanted to take that for the state. So Dhyan Chandra Goswami was very worried, and he was praying to his Gurudev, crying, and somebody told him, some Vaishnavas who had just been visiting Vrindavan, they said, oh, why are you crying? We saw your Gurudev in Vrindavan, in Dhira Samir. In Dhira Samir, we saw him. He was sitting and performing bhajan. Why don't you go and see? So Dhyan Chandra Goswami took a long journey. Now it takes maybe about 16 hours or more, even more, 20 hours to get to Jagannath Puri from Vrindavan, and vice versa. So it took probably several months to get to Vrindavan, and he went to Dhira Samir and he did see his Gurudev performing bhajan. So under the tree which is across from Dhira Samir, there's one ashram there. So that's Gopal Guru Goswami's bhajana stali. His bhajan kutir is there. So somehow or other we never visit, but we can sometimes go. So Dhyan Chandra Goswami was so blissful. Gurudev, there's a great calamity coming to Radhakanta Mat. It's about to be taken by the officials. What to do? Please bless me so that we can keep that property for Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So Gopal Guru Goswami said, okay, you return to Puri and you do what? You make my murti out of neem tree. Out of neem tree, you make my murti. And I will witness, when government officials come, I will witness, I will speak from that murti to them. So when Dhyan Chandra Goswami came to Puri, he had that murti made, and when government officials came and they said that, oh, you have to give that property to us. And then Dhyan Chandra Goswami said, look, our Gurudev will now witness himself that this property belongs to Gaudiyas. That's Mahaprabhu's very sacred place. So then from Neem Murti, Gopal Guru Goswami really spoke, this property belongs to Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So you see, anywhere and everywhere Shri Guru can be present. So that was my first impression, and his disciples, Srila Puri Maharaj's disciples, one of them told me that, oh, Shri Guru can manifest, can give darshan in so many ways. He can give swapna darshan, darshan in a dream. He can speak to you through other devotees. He can speak, because he's Chaitya Guru, Paramatma. So in the way Paramatma acts, Shri Guru acts like this. So Srila Puri Maharaj, in that book already mentioned, The Heart of Krishna, the book dedicates so much attention to freedom from Vaishnava Aparat. So many stories there, so many stories like Durvasa Rishi and Ambarisha Maharaj and so many other stories. How Durvasa Rishi committed offense and was saved, Jagai Madai, how they were saved, etc. So there's a saying by Srila Puri Maharaj printed in big letters on the opposite side of the book. My dear devotees, my request to you, please do not commit Vaishnava Aparat. So that is it. That's really, really a great, great monster which is devouring so many souls, really, like so many souls. Because of that, they unfortunately finish or delay their spiritual life. So many sad examples we can see in the modern world, what to do. Kali Yuga is progressing. But Srila Puri Maharaj was into that. So he was, Damodar Maharaj already said, personification of humility, and also he was the master of giving respect to devotees. And that story, how Srila Puri Maharaj said that, oh, please bless me so that I can understand. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a very, very vivid example of that. So Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj ki jai also. Today's disappearance day of Sri Bhugarba Goswami, Sri Kashishwar Pandit, but probably in the evening class we can mention that. So Damodarashtaka verse 8. Namaste stu damne spuradipti damne tvadiyadara yatha vishvasya damne. Namo radhikaya tvadiya priyaya namo nantali laya devaya tubhyam. So finally, we heard yesterday Sri Satyavrata Muni is glorifying Srimati Radhika. Although his Sthaya Bhava is undoubtedly Dasya, he is glorifying Srimati Radhika because she is Bhakti Devi. Everybody comes to her for bhakti. Those people who come to Vrindavan chant Radhe Radhe, somehow or other, the motives may be material even, but anyway, the chant Radhe Radhe that also proves that Srimati Radhika is the mistress, Srimati Radhika is the queen of Vrindavan. So she will help anyone to understand their relationship with Krishna. She will help anyone to establish the rasa in their heart, whatever rasa that may be. Maybe Vatsalya, maybe Sakya, maybe Dasya or Madhurya. So Srimati Radhika is there, always. So she is dearest beloved of Krishna. What's that verse? Swarupa Shri Radha Thakurani, what's that? There's the Swarupa Shri Radha Thakurani Sarva Gunakani Sarva Kanta Shiromani. So Srimati Radhika is the repository of all good qualities. Radha Thakurani. No, not Chintamani. So she's a repository of Krishna Bhakti. She will definitely help anyone who wants to develop in Bhakti to do so. So, Tvadiya Priyai, she's most exalted and most beloved of Krishna. Everything Krishna is thinking of is Srimati Radhika actually. So everything Srimati Radhika thinks of is Krishna. That's why she is known as Krishna Mai, yes, and Krishna also. So she is always thinking of Krishna. And in Jagannath Puri there's a deity of Tota Gopinath. And next to Tota Gopinath there are Radhika and Lalita. So Radhika is black and Lalita also. And they're playing the flute. They're playing flutes, both of them. So that's for the reason Srimati Radhika is Krishna or Krishna Mai. Devi Krishna Mai Proktam Radhika Prokta Radhika Paradevata Sarva Lakshmi Sarva Kanti Mohita Para. So she's the repository of all Lakshmis. Umarama Satya Shati Chandra Rukmini Radha Avatara Sabhamna Yavani. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is singing, or I think Narottam Das Thakur. He's singing that all the female incarnations, Uma, wife of Lord Shiva, Parvati Devi, Uma Rama, Lakshmi Devi, Uma Rama Shachi, wife of Lord Indra, Rukmini and Satyabhama, wives of Krishna. They are Radha Avatara. They are the avatars of Radha. So, in the same way as Lord Narayan is avatar of Krishna, so Radhika is source of all avatars, female, Lakshmi Devi. So no surprise that Lakshmi Devi developed desire to enter Rasa Lila. She could not, because she is Brahmani, different mood in Vaikuntha, so she could not enter. But the desire is the proof that she is actually Srimati Radhika in another type of prakoshta, in another mood, awe and reverence. So Srimati Radhika is therefore the center we are putting our hopes to, the center we're aspiring to be connected to. So if we are the recipients of Srimati Radhika's mercy, definitely we will achieve bhakti, because she's Bhakti Devi, definitely will understand everything. If one is not able to penetrate into the imports of Harikatha right now, then enough just to pray to Srimati Radhika. Or Yogamaya Devi, her expansion also. All female expansions are her expansions. In Parikrama, devotees are listening, and many points of Harikatha, many imports still couldn't be caught at once, because very deep Siddhanta, very deep Rasa especially. So we shouldn't be discouraged. Just enough to pray to Srimati Radhika, pray to Yogamaya Devi, then that will enter the heart. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum kayati girim kripatam ahamade Shri Guru Devatarim. So Shri Guru, who is the pure representative of Srimati Radhika, definitely will put that understanding into our heart. So by causeless Guru Seva, that's possible from our heart. So Shri Raghunath Das Goswami finally offers the very well-known prayer in Vilapa Kusumanjali, Tavaivasmi, na jivamitvaya vina, iti vigyaya radhe tvam nayamam charananti. I am yours, I have no other shelter than you, O Radhika, please bestow your mercy upon me and make me your servant. So, Anaradhya Radha Padam Bhojarena Manashitya Vrindatam Tat Padanka Manashitya. Sorry, not 2 nights, not good sleep. So, in that verse also, so much glorification of Srimati Radhika. Krishna becomes helpless in front of Srimati Radhika. Krishna, who is the source of all incarnations, Krishna, who is the repository of all strength, becomes completely helpless in front of Srimati Radhika. Yasya kadapi vasananchila kelenor tadanya tadanya pavanena krita Tartamani Yogendra Durgamagatim Madhusudanopi Yasya Namastu Vrishabhanu Bhuvodishepi. Srila Prabhupada Saraswati Pad saying, I'm bowing down just to the direction from which the wind, having touched the veil, the cloth of Srimati Radhika, is coming, because when Krishna is experiencing that wind on his body, when that wind touches his body, yes, the fragrance, then he considers his life successful. Krishna considers his life successful. And Venam Konam Nipatitam Skalitam Shikandam Brastam Chipitavasanam Brajaraja Sunami Sakatakshisharagata Vimurchitasya Tam Radhikam Paricharana Padarasena. Also Prabhupada Saraswati Pad is saying, Venam Konam, when Shri Krishna is feeling that fragrance of Srimati Radhika, so Venam Konam, he loses his greatest possession, flute. Flute falls from his hands. Venam Konam Nipatitam. Skalitam Shikandam, his peacock feather, also his greatest possession, falls from his head. And his yellow pitambara slides down from his shoulder. So that is the effect of Srimati Radhika's presence only. What to speak of her aroma, her qualities, her moods. Sri Krishna is becoming so much greedy. What's happening? Rain? No. Sri Krishna is becoming greedy to fulfill his 3 confidential desires. That is the reason of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. Shri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Kidrishavanaiva Sadayanadbhuta Madhurima Kidrisho Madhya Sokyam Chasya Manudavatam Kriti Lobhyas Tadbhavadya Samajni Sachigarva Sindhu Harindu. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came because Krishna was having 3 unfulfilled desires. First one is to know the depth of Srimati Radhika's love. Then the beauty of his own qualities, which are experienced in her heart only by her love. And what she exactly is feeling when she is experiencing those wonderful qualities of Krishna, Krishna's beauty. So Srimati Radhika is our highest aspiration. Srimati Radhika is the greatest object of every devotee's love. So therefore Satyavrata Muni at the very end of his Ashtaka is glorifying her again and again. Namo Radhikaye Tvadiya Priyaye, because Srimati Radhika is able to bestow all benedictions. So greatest benedictions for us is to achieve Shuddha Bhakti and causeless service to her lotus feet. Shri Radha Damodara ki jai, Shri Damodarashtakam ki jai, Srimati Radha Thakurani ki jai, Krishna Vishnupad Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj ki jai, Gaur Premanande.